There is a lot of uncertainty in the financial markets today. There's a lot of economic and political turmoil, but we frankly, as our third quarter results would reflect, I think, we haven't seen that visited on our business yet. And I think that China can really play a stabilizing role in terms of the global economy, as they did during the global economic recession. We've got our projections for growth in China for 2012 are probably at 9%. We think they're going to grow this year at about 9.3%, so a little down from this year's growth, but still very aggressive.
China's clearly a bright spot in terms of growth for you, but are you seeing more competition from Chinese competitors that are getting better?
Oh, no question. I think that one of the dynamics in the Chinese market, one of the distinct dynamics over the past probably 5 years, has been the entry of Chinese competitors into product lines other than medium wheel loaders. I mean, there have always been a large number of Chinese competitors competing in that specific product line, but we're now seeing them in hydraulic excavators, most noticeably, especially over the past 4 or 5 years, and they're having an effect on the competitive dynamic inside China.
And you've now got overcapacity in those hydraulic excavators. What are you going to do with the extras?
I think we have flexibility with our world-class manufacturing facility at Caterpillar Suzhou, not just to serve the China market, but also to serve markets outside of China, as we've done in the past. And we think we are, frankly, well positioned to compete in an overcapacity environment.
How much do you see your exports from China growing in the next 12 months?
To put a percentage on it would be difficult. I think that maybe the percentage of the capacity dedicated to export could be on the order of 15% in 2012.
Versus?
Probably 5 to 10% in 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about India? You were very optimistic about that a year ago. How about today?
Still optimistic. Our focus over the past couple of years has very much been on China. That's where the majority of our investments in the region have been. But we now have very explicit plans about moving ahead with product programs, capacity investments to make sure that we are positioned to compete for leadership over the next several years.
Have you learned from your China experience about what products are competitive in China and taken those products designed for the China market to India?
There have been lessons learned in China that we will apply in India in terms of what customers are looking for in the way of product design, product capability, and what customers are willing to pay for. So absolutely, there are lessons we've learned here in terms of product design and capacity deployment, capital deployment, that we're applying in India.
Give me an example.
Well, and this is a very simple example, but we've been manufacturing a model of backhoe loader in India for the past 5 years. And we learned after design and after introduction of the first model that our cab design wasn't right. And it wasn't right because it wasn't large enough. And when you're out in the remote areas of India, the backhoe loader is not only a tool, it's not only a machine, it's where the operator and his assistant, they sleep there overnight. And so we had to change the design to make it bigger to address the needs of our customer.